Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name CarriersCloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this, we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students. So such friends, I'll highly suggest you to watch our video, as they will be very beneficial for you in the long.
Hello everybody. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of banking awareness of January month. Session will be very important and this will help you in your preparation for government job. Also friends, I'll suggest you all to watch topic wise videos on daily basis, as those topic wise videos will help you in lot of your preparation. Alright, they will cover your entire topic for that whole month. Right? So let's see what is happening all around the world right now. If we talk about banking, and definitely the term includes banks, so we know that in all around the world there is a crisis going on, that the banks of USA are falling apart. First it was your Silicon Valley Bank. The reason that has been given here is bank run. Basically what happened here is that multiple depositors, because of the failure of the bank, started withdrawing their money, and in just one day $41 billion of money was withdrawn from the Silicon Valley Bank, and that is the reason it collapsed. Now one after another multiple banks starts collapsing. After Silicon Valley Bank, it is now your Credit Suisse, that is one of the largest bank of Switzerland, and then after that it was your First Republic Bank. It is stated that if this thing continues, there will be more number of banks that will be collapsing in near future, and if this happens, there can be a high chance of recession that the whole world be facing. See, if there is a recession in US, then that recession will definitely be impacting India. Alright, how India will be impacted in what terms? In manufacturing, we are seeing that there is a loss in manufacturing that is going on. But if we improve our manufacturing sector, then definitely the terms of exports will increase for us. Next thing, if you remember, right now there is a de-dollarization that is going on. Multiple countries, say expect almost 18 countries have shown their interest that they want to trade in Indian rupees. And remember, we have also started opening Vostro accounts in multiple countries all over the world, so that we can start the trade in Indian rupees. Earlier we used to trade in dollar, the mediator was dollar, but now to eliminate that dollar, we started using Indian rupees as the mode of trade. And if you remember, for the same reason, Indian launched CBDC, that is your central bank digital currency, and it consisted of, or we can say this as e-rupee, it consists of two segments. One was your retail segment and second was your wholesale segment. The interesting thing about this e-rupee will be that if you keep this in your account, then you won't be getting any interest rate as you get on your saving account or your current account in your bank. Right? So these are the important updates that you should know right now. And also of gold, if we see, gold has recently increased and it has touched the highest level of 61,540. All right, 61,540 rupees. This is the historic high that we have seen for the gold. So let's start with the question. Name the bank that has recently partnered with SBI to launch co-branded credit cards. I repeat, you have to name the bank that has partnered with SBI cards so that they can launch co-branded credit card. It will be your Punjab National Bank along with Sindh Bank. So the correct option is option 5 here. Punjab National Bank and Sindh Bank. All right, they have partnered with SBI card to launch co-branded credit card for banks customers. This marks the entry of PSB, that is your Punjab and Sindh Bank, into credit card as a new product segment under the bank's portfolio. So PSB, that is your Punjab Sindh Bank, that has partnered with SBI to launch a co-credit card. All right, or co-branded credit card. Under this partnership, three variants will have been launched under this, that is your PSB SBI card Elite, PSB SBI card Prime, and PSB Simply Save SBI card. So these are the three cards that you can remember that has been launched by them. Next, what is the total loan amount provided by Asian Development Bank to Shriram Finance Limited to provide vehicle loans to women entrepreneurs? We are talking about specific vehicle loans, and that too for women entrepreneurs. So these vehicle loans for these women entrepreneurs will be provided by Asian Development Bank and Shriram Finance Bank. Basically, Asian Development Bank will be provided this total amount to Shriram Finance Bank, and on the basis of that amount that will be provided to them, these Shriram Finance Limited will be further provided the loan to the women entrepreneurs, and this amount is total to 100 million US dollar. That means ADB will be giving this much amount to whom? This will be given to Shriram Finance Limited so that they can finance the vehicle loans that will be given to women entrepreneurs. So the correct option is option 4 here. Next, which bank has recently signed a scheme transfer agreement to transfer the mutual fund schemes to LIC Mutual Fund? I repeat, name the bank that has signed a scheme transfer agreement to transfer their mutual fund scheme to the LIC Mutual Fund. It will be your IDBI Bank. All right, IDBI Bank has signed an STA, that is your scheme transfer agreement, with LIC Mutual Fund for the transfer of the IDBI mutual funds to LIC Mutual Fund to comply with the regulation 7B of Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is your SEBI mutual fund regulations. So correct option is option 2 here. If we talk about IDBI, remember IDBI was MD, and who is the MD and CEO here? Rakesh Sharma. It was established in 1964, and where is the headquarter of it? Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, name the life insurance company that has recently launched the Emerging Opportunities Fund with Unit Linked Insurance Plan, that is your ULIPS. So which is the insurance company that has recently launched Emerging Opportunities Fund with Unit Linked Insurance Plans? It will be your Tata AIA Life Insurance. Option 3 is correct here. If we talk about this only, this will enable to invest in mid-cap companies and rising market leaders with the potential to provide significant future growth. The application for ULIP plan with new fund offering, that is NFO window, were open till 31st of December in 2022. Here Tata AIA's ULIP Pro will offer Fortune Pro, Wealth Pro, Fortune Maxima and Wealth Maxima that can be used to invest in the funds. Next, which bank has recently unveiled the quick response, that is QR code bill payment system for Chamundeshwari Electricity Supply Corporation Limited in Mysore, Karnataka? So to establish a QR bill payment system for Chamundeshwari Electric Supply Corporation Limited in Mysore, Karnataka. Which company has built their QR code? Alright, which bank has unveiled the QR code? So it will be your Indian Bank. Indian Bank has unveiled the QR code for Chamundeshwari Electricity Supply Corporation, that is in Mysore, Karnataka. All right, and remember, this Chamundeshwari Electricity Supply Corporation Limited. It is the first power distribution company to offer such an initiative to customers in Mysore, Karnataka. This QR code, it is linked to UPI on printed electricity bills, which will help the customers in making their payments without visiting any online portal or physically going to any payment center. All right, so directly through it they will be able to pay just by scanning the QR code. Next, name the organization that has recently signed an agreement worth 2,275 crore rupees with Tripura government to improve the power distribution network. In order to improve the power distribution network, that is set up the better electricity lines and to provide that timely electricity without any cut, this has been done by ADB. That means Asian Development Bank recently agreed to a 2,275 crore rupees loan for Tripura government, where they will be working on power distribution network. This project is expected to be completed in the next 3 years, and out of this fund, that is 2,275 crore rupees, central government will repay 1,820 crore rupees, while the state will provide 455 crore rupees. All right, so it is your ADB that has signed an agreement with Tripura government. Next, which of the following bank are mentioned under the list of domestic systematically important banks as per the data released by RBI? RBI released recently the list of the domestic systematically important banks, and question asked here is that among the bank, which were the banks here list on the options are under the domestic systematically important bank. So the correct option here become SBI, ICICI, both of these bank along with HDFC Bank. Here the third option is missing, that is your HDFC Bank also. All these three banks together. So the correct option is 5. These have been listed into the domestic systematically important bank based on the data from 31st of March 2022. In this, SBI, as I mentioned, ICICI, HDFC, all right, they kept the status of DSIBs. That is your domestic systematically important banks under the same bracketing structure as in the 2021 list. These DSIBs are interconnected entities whose failure can impact the whole of the financial system and create instability. And they are also known by the term too big to fail. Too big to fail. All right. Like if we talk about right now in international market also, or in the US, JP Morgan, this has turned out to be one of the biggest bank that we can say is one of the bank that is too big to fail. So from India, we can say these 4 banks, SBI, ICICI and HDFC, these 3 banks are termed as the banks that are too big to fail. Next, Microsoft recently partnered with Dash. So Microsoft has recently partnered with HDFC Bank for their digital transformation journey and Yes Bank for their mobile banking experience. So we are talking about Microsoft, right? So remember, Microsoft signed with 2 banks recently. One of the bank, they will be working on their digital transformation, and for the second they will be working on their mobile banking experience. If we are talking about digital experience, it will be your HDFC Bank, and if we are talking about mobile banking experience, it will be your Yes Bank. So the correct option here becomes option 3. Next, name the Indian startup accelerator that recently partnered with ICICI Bank and Infosys Finacle to foster the startup ecosystem. I repeat, which is the Indian startup accelerator? It will be your India Accelerator. Option 2 is correct here. That have partnered with ICICI Bank and Infosys Finacle to foster the startup ecosystem. We know we are in India in today's generation. We are all of the India basically, or the youth of India is basically targeting towards startups. We are fascinated by startups and we want to build our own company. We want to build more and more companies, and that is one of the reason. If you remember, Shark Tank was launched. I have told you multiple times that Shark Tank, the sole reason of Shark Tank being launched in today's generation or in 2022 and 2023 is that India is heavily betting on the startups. And remember, recently Technology Hub 2.0 was also launched in Bangalore, Karnataka, where the startups incubation will be provided to various startups. Guidance and help will be provided through this Technology Hub 2.0. Then apart from this, remember, SBI is the bank that has been providing loans to various startups collateral free. That means no collateral they have to provide, no security they have to provide for the interest loan. And for the same, a bank was opened in a branch for the same department for these startups only was opened in Bangalore, and another branch is said to be opened in Gurugram. All right, so the Indian Startup Accelerator is your India's accelerator that partnered with ICICI Bank and Infosys Finacle to foster the startup ecosystem. Apart from this, remember, a seed stage accelerator program has been launched, that is I3 Launchpad, which was developed in partnership with ICICI Bank and Infosys Finacle, which is a part of Edge Verve Systems, a wholly owned project designed subsidiary of Infosys. Here, I3 Launchpad, this is a program that will foster and co-innovate with the Indian startup ecosystem. And the main objective, if we ask, or the aim we ask here, is to support the network of entrepreneurs on a quest to develop brands with global impact. Basically, to make an impact and build a better startup. All right. Next, which cricketing legend recently featured in the Bandhan Bank's new campaign, that is Jahan Bandhan Wahan Trust? So, who is the star, which or who is that person we are talking about here? He will be Saurav Ganguly. Saurav Ganguly has recently featured on the bank or Bandhan Bank's new campaign, that is Jahan Bandhan Wahan Trust. All right, important. Then this Jahan Bandhan Wahan Trust campaign was conceived by Leo Orchard, who was brought in as Bandhan Bank's creative agency in 2022 in August. The main here was to build trust, and we know that appointing such a big player, that is Saurav Ganguly, who was one time the captain, former captain of Indian cricket team, and to appoint him as their basically an ambassador or a person to promote them is to build trust there. Next, name the organization that recently signed a $220 million loan agreement with the government of India to improve the power sector in Tripura. And we have discussed that it is your Asian Development Bank that has tied up with Tripura government so that we can work on the development of the power sector in Tripura. And for the same amount, $220 million has been assigned. Correct option is option 3. Next is, which bank recently launched the first of its kind digital solution for exporters? We now in India that we are heavily betting on road infrastructure. All right, we are building highways. We are launching multiple trains so that our transport can be done or logistics can be improved from one location to another. Now KMP has been built all around Delhi. If you see in Haryana, then you are seeing that road corridor will be built up. There is a project that is going on that will be supplying two containers at a time, a train that will be used to supply two containers at a time, and that is expected to also be completed in this year only. So what we are doing here is that we are increasing our export. So because of which, if we want to export more, how we can do that is if we can collaborate with multiple locations and start exporting their product. Jawaharlal Nehru port will be used here for this North India product that can be exported, and even railway lines has been built. Gati Shakti port, Gati Shakti this project is also basically this only, that how can we increase the logistics of India basically. All right, so for the same, which bank recently launched their first of its kind digital solution for exports? Which is it? It will be your ICICI Bank. Correct option is option 2. They have launched digital solutions for exporters, that is a comprehensive set of banking and value added services on the single platform. The initiative intends to improve the operational efficiency of exporters by decongesting the current time consuming manual procedures. Next, name the life insurance company that recently launched iTerm Prime Insurance Plan. This iTerm Prime Insurance Plan, this was launched by which life insurance? It will be your Agon Life Insurance. Alright, and this is basically to fulfill the requirements of the self-employed people who are working on their own. Alright, those who are doing the odd jobs where they are self-employed. Also, by offering them 10% discount, that is 5% on the addition to the 5% online discount that has been provided to them. All right, and this is for the first year premium. The flagship term insurance plan, that is iTerm Prime, will give a minimum sum assured for a life cover of up to 25 lakh rupees with no maximum limit on a consumer requirement. Here the minimum entry age is of 18 years, while the maximum age for regular pay is 65 years and 50 years for the limited pay. All right, next, name the bank that recently partnered with the British Airways Executive Club and Qatar Airways Privilege Club to introduce the first of its kind multi-branded credit card. See, two British Airways Club has been we are talking about. First is your British Airways Executive Club and second is Qatar Airways Privilege Club. So which of these bank recently partnered with these two clubs to introduce a first of its kind multi-branded credit card that will be offering multiple schemes to those people who avail these facility of these clubs? So which is the bank here we are talking about? It will be your IndusInd Bank. It will be your IndusInd Bank. And remember, this multi-branded credit card will be powered by Visa. It will be powered by Visa. The credit card will be available in the infinite variant of Visa and offer best in class rewards along with multiple benefits that will elevate the international travel experience of customers. Next, which finance company has recently applied for universal bank license to RBI? It is your Annapurna Finance Private Limited. All right, it is from Bhubaneswar, Odisha, and this Bhubaneswar, Odisha based Annapurna Finance Private Limited, formerly that was known as Annapurna Microfinance Private Limited, has recently applied for the universal bank license to RBI. All right, next, India's GST revenue increased 15% year on year to dash in December 2022. So remember, India's GST revenue has increased 15% year on year to 1.49 lakh crore rupees. If we convert this into dollar, it is 18.07 billion dollar for the month of December 2022, suggesting that robust economic activity during the holiday season. In December 2022, for the 10th consecutive month, the GST revenue exceeded 1.4 lakh crore rupees and the GST collections were about 1.46 lakh crore in the November month 2022. So correct option here is option 4th. Next, how many entities were recently selected for the 4th cohort of the regulatory sandbox in the to the test the anti-fraud solution? See, what is this regulatory sandbox is basically you can use this to test various test cases. All right, in engineering term, there is a regulatory sandbox where you basically provide various test cases and the software is tested upon those test cases, well, where whether that software will success or it will fail. All right, so for this reason only, for recently question asked, there is how many entities were recently selected for the 4th cohort of the regulatory sandbox to test anti-fraud solution. So basically we are testing about anti-fraud solutions, we are talking about cyber security, and for the same, how many entities were recently selected? So a total of 6 entities were selected out of the 9 applications for the test phase of the under the fourth cohort of the regulatory sandbox on the theme, that is prevention and mitigation of financial frauds. These selected entities will commence testing of their product on anti-fraud solutions from February 2022. All right, and next, in January, SEBI has agreed to the central government request to reclassify its shareholding in IDBI after its disinvestment as public holding. However, this is subject to the condition that the government's voting right in the bank will not exceed 15% of the total voting right after the sale. This reclassification by the government must be specified in the letter of offer dispatched to the shareholders of the bank in connection with the open offer made by the acquirer. So the correct option here, remember, it is your IDBI bank. If the question is asked about SEBI and that SEBI has requested to reclassify their shareholding in IDBI bank for the de-investment in public holding, and the voting for should not exceed of those rights of them not greater than should be 15%. Next, which company has recently received a debt broker license from the SEBI? It is your Golden Pi Technologies. All right, with this, Golden Pi Technologies became the first online bond platform provider to obtain a debt brokerage license from SBI. All right, this Golden Pi Technologies, it is a Bangalore based Karnataka fintech. All right, that is backed by Zerodha. All right, then the license is expected to boost the investors' trust in the online bond and debenture investment space. And apart from this, remember, the correct option here becomes option 4th, Golden Pi Technologies, and they have received a debt broker license from whom? From SEBI. Next, which organization has recently launched the Utkarsh 2.0 medium term strategy framework for the period 23-24? First of all, what is this Utkarsh 2.0? This is a medium term strategic framework. This is for the period 23 to 25. This would enable RBI to respond to socio-economic challenges in both proactive and reactive manner. Then this Utkarsh 2.0 relies on the strength of Utkarsh 2022 by retaining the 6 vision statements as well as the core purpose, values and mission statement from the Utkarsh that was launched in 2022. And in this 2.0, it is a medium term strategy framework, and it will basically respond to socio-economic challenges in both proactive and reactive manner. The question asked here is which organization recently launched it? It was launched by whom? RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Next, name the bank that recently partnered with Open Financial Technologies Private Limited to launch a fully native digital current account. So recently, which bank has launched which bank has partnered with Open Financial Technologies Private Limited with Open to launch a fully native digital current account? It is your Axis Bank. It is your Axis Bank, and it is the third largest private sector bank in India. All right, they have partnered with Open, that is your Open Financial Technologies Private Limited, to give their customers a fully native digital currency account journey. This is Axis Bank's first collaboration with any fintech company to develop any digital current account. And remember, here existing current account holders of Axis Bank will have access to over 250 banking services from the Axis Bank. Next, RBI announced that the maiden sovereign green bonds for an aggregate sum of dash will be issued in 2 tranches in January and February 2023. I have told you multiple times about these sovereign green bonds. These are the bonds when there is a term sovereign, remember here fixed interest will be given. right? So sovereign green bonds, and green here we are talking about sustainable development goals, we are talking about green energy, we are talking about renewable source of energy. All right, so all this through develop infrastructure. So and bonds, we know that for fixed period of time they will be issued. So recently it was your RBI, they have launched these sovereign green bonds, and under these sovereign green bonds a total of 16,000 crore rupees will be generated, aggregated, and out of these 16.2 they will be launched in two tranches. One will be in the month of January and another will be in the month of February. All right, next correct option here is option 5, and these sovereign green bonds will be used for infrastructure development. Next, NABARD has recently raised around 5,000 crore through how many year bonds? So NABARD has also launched their bonds recently, and they launched these bonds and have raised around 5,000 crore rupees for a bond of 3 years. Right? The coupon for the 3-year bond was 7.63%, and the yield on 3-year government bonds was above 7.16%. Next, name the organization or ministry that has recently signed an agreement with the Hockey Wali Sarpanch to support the farmers of Rajasthan's Lambi Ahir village. I repeat, organization that has signed an agreement with Hockey Wali Sarpanch to support the farmers of Rajasthan's Lambi Ahir village. Alright, it will be your NABARD. So NABARD, basically here it is, we are talking about to support the farmers of the Lambi Ahir village of Rajasthan. Neeru Yadav, who is formerly known as Hockey Wali Sarpanch, all right, and has made an agreement with NABARD to start a FPO, that is your farmer producer organization. All right, that is Sachi Saheli Mahilao Agro Producer Company Limited. So what is the name of the FPO? That will be started by Hockey Wali Sarpanch, or Hockey Wali Sarpanch, that is also known by the name, or that her real name is Neeru Yadav. So what this question become is now that recently NABARD had signed an agreement with Neeru Yadav, who is also known by the term Hockey Wali Sarpanch, basically to support the farmers of the Rajasthan's village, that is Lambi Ahir village, and it has been signed to start an FPO. FPO is your farmer producers organization, and the name of this FPO that will be started is Sachi Saheli Mahila Agro Producer Company Limited. All right, important. Next, RBI issued the revised list of accredited credit rating agencies for the purpose of assigning risk weight to assets for capital adequacy purpose by the banks. How many credit rating agencies are listed as of January 2023? So as of now, RBI issued the revised list of accredited credit rating agencies for the purpose of assigning risk weight to the assets for the capital purposes by the bank. And they have recently, as of now, how many rating agencies are there? As of now, 6 rating agencies are there. All right, just remember that. These are your Acute Rating and Research Limited, that is Acquite, then Credit Analysis and Research Limited, that is CARE, then CRISIL, ICRA, and India Ratings, and Infomerics, that is your Valuation and Rating Private Limited. So these are the 6 rating agencies, credit rating agencies. Next, which bank has recently signed an MOU with Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, Karnataka, to establish a center for mathematics and computing at IISc? As we know, the Center of Mathematics, or Center for Mathematics and Computing, where will be established at IISc Bangalore in Karnataka. So for the same, to develop this Center for Mathematics, which bank has tied up with them? It is your Axis Bank. The center spreads across 1.6 lakh square feet, will have a state-of-the-art labs and programs that will benefit the facility and the students of the 20 IISc departments. All right. and it will be built with the help of or with the MOU of Axis Bank and IISc Bangalore. Next, according to the report released by ICRA Limited in January, gross bond issuance by Indian banks reached a record of 91,500 rupees for 91,500 crore rupees in the first 9 months, that is from April to December month. So correct option is option 1. Next, name India's fastest payment app which was launched in January 2023. The name of the app is PayRoop. It has been declared as the India's fastest payment app. Alright, and PayRoop is built on the cutting edge Web3 technology and offers an enhanced digital payment experience with an exceptional user experience. Right? Next, SEBI has issued standard operating procedure for handling stock exchange outrages and extension of trading hours in the case of an outage. SEBI has directed stock exchanges to report the outage immediately as it occurs but not later than 15 minutes. So it should not take more than 15 minutes to report those outages, and for this limit has been set by SEBI. Alright, so correct option is SEBI. They have to inform the stakeholders, that is your market participants, trading members, and other market infrastructure institutions within 15 minutes. Alright, and they have to tell them about it through a dedicated email ID. Next, which bank has recently launched MSME online portal to provide instant online in principle approval of up to 1 crore rupees? I repeat, name the bank that has recently launched an MSME online portal to provide instant online in principle approval of up to 1 crore rupees. It will be your South Indian Bank. This South Indian Bank is headquartered in Thrissur, that is in Kerala, and they have launched this MSME online portal that provides instant online in principle approval of up to 1 crore rupees. The initiative will support the MSME business to get loans quickly and support the domestic MSME to scale up their businesses. Next, HDFC Capital has recently achieved the initial close of 376 million for scheme 2 of HDFC Capital Affordable Real Estate Fund 3, that is your HCare 3. The correct option is option 1. Next, name the insurance company that recently partnered with ClueTrack, that is an artificial intelligence powered real-time customer experience platform. Before moving on, first remember Chat GPT. It is one of the most powerful artificial intelligence that has been launched recently. This was launched by OpenAI. It is a chatbot and it can process anything and chat to you about still 2021. It has not been connected to internet. Alright, and now the latest version of this Chat GPT has also been launched, that is GPT 4, and it is expected that because of this GPT 4 multiple job losses will be there in multiple sectors, and it is stated that in the software industry you will be finding the maximum job losses. Next thing you need to remember, this is a premium version. Then question can be asked that this Chat GPT was launched by which organization? OpenAI. And who funded $10 billion into this Chat GPT? It was funded by Microsoft. Then this Chat GPT was known as Google killer earlier. Then Google, in response of this Chat GPT, launched their own artificial intelligence that was named Bard. Now coming back to the question, name the insurance company that has recently partnered with ClueTrack, that is an AI powered real-time customer experience platform, and the name of the bank is Kotak Mahindra General Insurance, or name of the company is Kotak Mahindra General Insurance Company. Right? Next, what is the company that recently got the in principle authorization from RBI to act as a payment aggregator? It will be your two companies that we are talking about here. It is your Resilient Payment Private Limited and Hitachi Payment Services. So correct option is both 2 and 3. They both recently got in principle approval for the to act as a payment aggregator, and they got this approval from RBI. All right, these payment aggregators are the entities that facilitate e-commerce sites and merchants to accept various payment instruments from customers to complete their payment. Right? Next, recently, SEBI allowed the stock exchanges to launch future contracts on corporate bond indices of corporate debt securities that are rated above A, A plus, that is double A plus. All right, SEBI allowed the stock exchanges to launch future contracts on corporate bond indices of corporate debt securities that are rated AA plus and above to enhance the liquidity in the bond market to provide an opportunity to the investors to hedge their position. All right. Next is name the organization that has recently allowed UPI transactions for non-resident bank account linked to international mobile number. It will be your which bank? It is your which is this organization that has allowed UPI transactions for non-resident bank accounts that are linked to their international mobile number. It is your NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. This was launched in 2008 and they launched UPI in 2016. Now UPI is being used and it is expected that UPI will be started using in multiple countries. Singapore has started using it, right? Next, you will be seeing in multiple countries such as Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Qatar, Oman, USA, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and UK also here UPI will be enabled. That means the NRIs from these countries can transact through UPI now by linking their international mobile number to their bank account. Next, which bank has recently entered into a strategic partnership with Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance Company? So it is your PSB, that is your Punjab and Sindh Bank, that has recently entered into a strategic partnership with Bajaj and Life Insurance Company. Moving on, name the fintech startup company that recently received in principle authorization from RBI for payment aggregators license. It is your Ncash. All right, Ncash, it is a fintech startup. All right, and they recently got the payment aggregator license and RBI gave them approval, and this will enable Ncash to broaden their product offering to millions of businesses for digital transaction. If we talk about Ncash, it was established in 2018 and it has around more than 1 lakh businesses to digitize and centralize their corporate payments. So correct option is option 5. Next, Exim Bank has raised 1 billion US dollar through a 10-year sustainability bond issue under its ESG framework. Environmental social governance framework. So recently, Exim Bank, they have raised $1 billion through a 10-year sustainability bond that will be through a ESG, that is your environmental social governance framework. All right, this ESG framework will include renewable energy, clean transportation, access to essential services, and basic infrastructure, that is housing, sustainable water. All right, wastewater management services should also be provided. All right, and this is for a 10-year sustainability bond, and the amount is $1 billion for 10 years based on ESG framework by Exim Bank. So either of the things can be asked here. Next, name the bank that partnered with Garuda Aerospace Private Limited to sanction 150 Garuda Agri Kisan drone loan under the Union Kishan Puspak scheme. Under this Union Kishan Puspak scheme, Garuda Aerospace has recently sanctioned 150 Garuda Agri Kisan drones. All right, and therefore loan for them will be provided under Union Kishan Puspak scheme. Now the question asked here is which bank has recently partnered with Garuda Aerospace? So the bank is Union Bank of India. If we talk about Garuda Aerospace, it is Bangalore, Karnataka based startup, that is a drone startup, and they have appointed MS Dhoni as their brand ambassador, and they also launched a Droni named drone for the same. Next, Which bank has recently, one more thing here, we were talking about Union Kishan Pushpak scheme, right? So remember, it was Union Bank of India, they have launched this Union Kisan Pushpak scheme for financing the Kisan drones. All right, and these drones that will be financed here, they will be used for crop production, for spraying of fertilizers, chemicals and other pesticides in the field, and that will increase their crop yield, also improving their income. Next, name the bank that launched an e-bank guarantee facility in association with NESL. So, which will bank it will be? It will be your SBI that has recently launched e-bank guarantee facility in association with NESL, that is your National E-Governance Service Limited. So, the bank is SBI. All right, and this will enhance the transparency as well as reduce the turnaround time from days to just minutes. Next, which bank has recently established a bancassurance partnership with Aditya Birla Health Insurance Co Limited? See, bancassurance is basically when a bank ties up with an insurance company. That means the insurance products of this insurance company will be sold to the customers of this bank. So this bank insurance, if we are talking about, the bank here will be PSB, that is your Punjab and Sindh Bank. They have established a bank insurance partnership with Aditya Birla Health Insurance Corporation Limited. All right, and here the bank will be getting some commissions based on the products that will be sold here. Next, name the Russian bank that recently launched direct payments in rupees to increase bilateral trade and investment. It was your VTB Bank of Russia. They launched this direct payment and it was done in Indian rupees. I told you that now Indian rupees is being accepted worldwide, and almost 18 countries have shown their interest that they will be started using Indian rupee, and one of them is Russia, and Vostro account will be opened by India in their respective banks in their country. Next, according to RBI acquisition and holding of shares of voting rights in banking companies direction that was issued in Jan 2023, promoters has to hold 26% of the paid up share capital or voting rights of the bank after the completion of 15 years from commencement of its business. So the correct option is option 1. All right, the increase in the cap on promoter stake is based upon the internal working group recommendations in 2021. If a shareholder intends to get a strategic stake, the board has to inform RBI even the shareholding is less than 5%. Next, from which organization Protein E-Government Technologies Limited has recently received approval to operate as an account aggregator with an NBFC AA certificate? It is your RBI. So RBI recently gave Protein E-Government Technologies Limited approval to operate as an account aggregator with an NBFC AA certificate. See, earlier it used to be the company that used to ask, but now the question asked is that who gave the approval. So it was given by RBI. Alright, and this AA is a type of RBI regulatory entity that helps an individual to securely and digitally access and share information from one financial institution they have an account with to other regulated financial institution, and the data cannot be shared without the consent of any individual. Next, RBI has recently announced that any person looking to acquire more than 5% stake in bank will need a prior approval from RBI, and I have just mentioned here that they need to take approval from RBI even if they are buying any person stake in it. Next, name the payment bank that has recently received RBI approval to operate as Bharat Bill Pay operating unit. Alright, it will be your Paytm Payments Bank that has recently received RBI approval to operate as Bharat Bill Payment Operating Unit. Alright, and this BBPS, remember, it is owned by NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. Next, Which bank has recently signed an MOU with the Warehousing Development and Regulatory Authority to help farmers in availing low interest loans? It is your SBI. SBI, that remember, Warehousing Development and Regulatory Authority, they signed an MOU with SBI to help the farmers in availing the loans that will be low interest loans. Alright, here features will be such as nil processing fee, no additional collateral, and attractive interest rates will be provided. Next, SIDBI partnered with VFS Capital Limited to extend the MSME loan up to dash at 13% interest rate per annum. So remember, recently SIDBI partnered with VFS Capital Limited to extend the MSME loans up to 5 lakh rupees at interest rate that is 13% interest rate per annum. Under this agreement, VFS Capital will extend the MSME loan up to 5 lakh rupees at 13% per annum, and under this scheme, VFS Capital plans to disperse around 30 to 40 crore rupees in the financial year, and the loan volume of microfinance institutions is expected to grow around 1100 to 1200 crore rupees by 22-23 from 805 crore rupees that was in the previous year. Next, name the company that recently announced the expansion of Girls for Tech program to promote STEM education among girls. STEM is your science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So, in order to increase the STEM education among girls, recently the company, it is your which company that has recently announced their expansion of this program, that is Mastertech. So Mastertech has recently announced the expansion of their Girls for Tech program so that they can promote STEM, that is they can promote these fields education in the women in girls across India. This program will benefit around 10,800 girls from 30 government schools in Tamil Nadu. It aims to add 1 lakh female students in India by 2024 to encourage them to pursue STEM education. This includes 10,800 students from Tamil Nadu specially. Right? Important, and it has been launched by MasterCard. Which bank recently became the first public sector bank to introduce a credit card against fixed deposits digitally? It is your PNB. PNB recently became the first public sector bank to introduce a credit card against FDs, that are your fixed deposits. So that another option is your one card. One card also provides such facility that once you do the FDs, you can use that amount as a credit card. So when you buy a credit card, when a credit card is offered to you, there is a certain limit on that credit card that you can use for your spending, then you have to repay it with the fixed interest rate. Similarly, what this one card and your Punjab National Bank did is that you can go for FDs, and on though based on those FDs you can go for the credit limit that you want. Next, name the bank that recently raised 9,718 crore rupees through its second infrastructure bond issuance at a coupon rate of 7.7% per annum for the 15-year bond. It will be your State Bank of India. Here 7.7% per annum will be given for 15-year bond. Alright, next, name the guarantee return life insurance plan that was recently launched by LIC India. I repeat, name the guarantee life insurance plan that was launched by LIC India. It will be your Jeevan Azad. Option 2 is correct here. Jeevan Azad, that is plan number 868, a non-linked, non-participating plan designed for individual savings and life insurance. The plan offers an attractive combination of protection and saving. Alright, and this LIC Jeevan Azad is a limited period payment endowment plan that will provide financial support to the family in the case of untimely death of the life assured during the policy term. The minimum basic sum assured here is of 2 lakh rupees with a maximum of 5 lakh rupees. Which company recently partnered with Paytel Commerce Private Limited, that is Paytel, to provide loans on lifestyle products? It will be your HDB Financial Services Limited. HDB Financial Services Limited, they have partnered with Paytel to provide loans on lifestyle products such as electric vehicles, bicycles, mobile phones, laptops, kitchen durables, all right, your tablets, on all these products. And the loan amount here varies from 5,000 rupees to 3 lakh rupees. And this they can avail using EMI option of 24 EMI month. Next, GOI, that is your Government of India, entered into a conversion switch transaction with RBI on 17th of January 2023. The Government of India brought back 6.18% bond maturing on 2024 worth 22,610 crore at a price of 98.62 rupees. Alright, so the correct option here is at 6.18%. Next is, according to data by January 2023 bulletin of RBI that was released in January, Indians remitted almost $1.99 billion under the liberalized remittance schemes in November 2022. All right. Basically, what this means is that this is the amount that has been gone from India to different countries. All right. And inward remittances is basically when people who are working outside India and they send their money to India, that is inward remittance. And outward remittance is when money is going outside. All right. And for inward remittance, India's touched a record high that was of $100 billion. And for outward remittance, it is around $1.99 billion. All right. And this data was released by RBI in their January 2023 bulletin. So correct option, option 2. Next, which organization's paper titled "What Drives Startups Fundraising in India" that was released in January 2023 that stated that the startup fundraising in India is expected to rapidly rebound from the macroeconomic disturbances seen over the last 2 to 3 years. And this data was released by whom? It was your RBI. And this paper was titled "What Drives Startup Fundraising in India," and it was for the January 2023 bulletin. And the startup fundraising in India is expected to rebound rapidly from the microeconomic disturbances that we are seeing because of COVID, then because of war, and now we can see because of the bank collapse that is going on in USA. All right, so the correct option is option 5, and it is stated, also said, that in the upcoming year or starting from this year only, we can see an increase in the startup funding. Also, this will G20, as we know, India is having the presidency. This will definitely impact this option, because this house somewhere will bring more foreign direct investment in India, and those foreign direct investment will indirectly building various infrastructure development in India. Next, according to the article that is State of Economy published in January 2023 bulletin, RBI, the monetary policy of RBI is objective to direct inflation towards a target of dash by 2024. And I told you that RBI has targeted, and multiple times in your daily current affairs I've been telling you that RBI is targeting that by 2024 the inflation rate in India becomes 4%. The adjusted or the amount that is considered tolerable for inflation is considered between 2 to 6%. All right, but RBI is targeting that we will be going to 4% by 2024. This is one of the milestone that has been set by RBI. All right, next. But one more thing you need to remember here, considering this topic only, that in the year 2023, now we know that summer is approaching, and during summer it is stated that the prices of electricity will rise, the price of food will also rise because of the rising temperature. All right, these both sector will be impacted, and there will be high inflation in these two sectors in 2023. Next, name the organization that has recently launched an information database on municipal bonds. I repeat, name the organization that has recently launched a information database on municipal bond. It was launched by whom? Tell me. It is your SEBI that has launched information database comprising a repository of municipal bond information. Municipal bonds are reliable alternative source of funding for projects carried out by municipal corporation. Next, which bank recently ended their partnership with Paytm for a co-branded credit card? It is your Citibank. So remember, the bank that has cancelled their partnership with Paytm for co-branded credit card is your Citibank. All right. Next, then remember, the customers were informed that Paytm City card has shut down and they will be offered cards of other company for the same. Next, RBI has extended the deadline for banks to complete the process of renewal of agreement for the existing safe deposit locker holders by 31st December from 1st of January 2023. The deadline has extended in the phased manner with intermediate milestone of 50% by 30th of June 2023 and 75% by 30th of September 2023. All right, so remember that deadline has been extended with a phased manner, that 50% they have to do by 30th of June and 75% they have to do it by 30th of September. So the correct option is option 2 here. Next, according to Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund has raised more than 30,000 crore rupees in capital for agriculture infrastructure projects. We know now artificial intelligence is there in the market. We know that we can build very good IoT products. We know we have drones now. Then why not we combine all these three and together develop the infrastructure sector or agriculture sector? If we use all these three things in infrastructure sector, then you will be see we can do wonders. And for the same, remember recently Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, they their data that the agriculture infrastructure fund has raised more than 30,000 crore rupees in capital for agriculture infrastructure projects. All right. Next, which small finance bank recently launched the first of its kind credit card offering platform called Swipe Up? It is your AU Small Finance Bank. All right. And this new facility for credit card users is similar to mobile number portability, which will allow to change their service provider. That is to change, say for example, if you are having a credit card of ABC, you can change it and go with the AU Small Finance Bank credit card. All right. Next, name the organization that recently signed an agreement with Nahava Seva Freeport Terminal Private Limited to provide $131 million loan to upgrade the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Container Terminal in Maharashtra. It will be your Asian Development Bank. The loan comprises of $61.4 million from Asian Development Bank Ordinary Capital Resource. And remember, this is basically for the port terminal, that is to upgrade it. That is your Jawaharlal Nehru Port Terminal in Maharashtra. And I have told you this port will become significant for the exports, especially that will be coming from the North India. All right, we know, as I mentioned, IMT Kharkhoda is being built, and in that IMT Kharkhoda, it will have of various industries. It will be hub of various industries, as well as remember Maruti Suzuki is building a plant that will be developing 10 lakh electric vehicles every year here. The plant that is in IMT Manesar right now, that is just building 3 lakh vehicles, and this will be building around, constructing around or delivering 10 lakh electric vehicles. Next, Housing Development Finance Corporation, that is your HDFC Limited, announced a plan to raise at least $30 billion through the sale of the bonds that will be mature in 10 years. Right? Next, name the bank that recently partnered with the Tata Motors to offer financing solutions to their electric vehicle dealers. It is your ICICI Bank that has partnered with Tata Motors to offer financing solutions to the electric vehicle dealers. Under this, the bank will provide inventory funding to the authorized passenger electric vehicle dealers in addition to the bank's funding to dealer for diesel and petrol models. Next, name the company that has launched Vikram Rupee credit card dedicated to the Indian Defence Paramilitary and Police personnel. So the forces, that is your Indian defense, paramilitary, police personals, specifically for them a company has launched a rupee credit card that is by the name Vikram. Now the question asked here is, which is that company? It is your BOB Financial Solutions Limited, that your Bank of Baroda Financial Solutions Limited. It will be offering a lifetime free reward points and will also have an activation of an OTT platform subscriptions. Next, which bank has recently entered into a co-lending agreement with the Aadhar Housing Finance Limited to offer home loans? It will be your Punjab National Bank and AHFL, that is your Aadhar Housing Finance Limited, that have entered into a co-lending agreement to offer home loans at competitive interest rates. The main aim of this partnership is to reach out to a large section of society, including economically weaker, lower, and middle income groups, for providing easy, convenient, and efficient home finance solutions to the customers. Next is your name the insurance company that has recently partnered with NPCI to allow policyholders to pay their premiums via UPI 123 Pay. I repeat, it is your HDFC Life Insurance that has partnered with NPCI so that they will allow the policyholders to pay their premiums via this UPI 123 Pay. Alright, this is a unique voice based UPI services, and the aim here is to significantly streamline the premium payment procedure for the HDFC Life Insurance holders. Right? Next, India sold their first sovereign green bonds worth a total of $80 billion for at 5 to 6 basis points below the sovereign yield. I repeat, India has sold their first sovereign green bonds worth a total of $80 billion at 5-6 basis points below the sovereign yield. Another 40 billion rupee in 10-year bond were sold at 7.29% and 6 basis points below the comparable government securities. Next is name the bank that has recently renewed its bancassurance agreement with Star Health and Allied Insurance for a long-term period. It is your Punjab National Bank. So they have recently renewed their bancassurance agreement, and I have told you it is an pact between bank and an insurance company, and the insurance company here is Star Health and Allied Insurance, and the bank is Punjab National Bank. Next, which company has recently launched Time Pay Evoke, that is a UPI application programming interface engine for the payment aggregators and payment gateways? So it is your Network People Services Technologies Limited. Alright, it is a banking technology service provider that have launched a Time Pay Evoke, a UPI application engine for payment aggregator and payment gateways. So option 1 is correct, that is your NPST. Next, which is the company that recently launched the first line of customized health insurance products? It is your RenewBuy. Alright, they have launched the RenewBuy Health Wellness Plan. The focus here will be on the large uninsured segment beyond the Tier 1 market, and this new product aims to bridge the gap in purchasing such product in smaller cities compared to metro cities. Basically, we can say they have launched this for rural economy. Next, which country central bank recently launched the AffairsCloud domestic card scheme to boost the cashless economy and compete with foreign cards? It is your Nigeria. Nigeria, they have launched AffairsCloud, that is a domestic card scheme to boost the cashless economy and compete with foreign cards, and it was launched by Central Bank of Nigeria. Correct option is option 5 here. Through this launch, Nigeria was joining China, Russia, India, Turkey to be a country with a domestic card scheme, and AffairsCloud is owned by Central Bank of Nigeria and various Nigerian banks. Next, name the insurance company that recently launched a non-participating unit-linked individual life insurance plan for millennials and Gen X customers. It is your Avia Life Insurance. They have launched a unit-linked non-participating individual life insurance plan that will target the Gen X customers. Gen X are the customers that are basically born beyond 90s. Alright, those are your Gen X. Alright, Gen X is basically the individual who have seen the rise of digitization, or we can say the rise of internet. They are up to with the trend of technology. All right. Next, according to the Futures Industry Association, which stock exchange body has emerged as the world's largest derivatives exchange in terms of the numbers of contracts traded in 2022 for the fourth consecutive year, and it is your NSE. Right, the NSE has India has retained its top spot for a record breaking fourth year in a row. Who is the managing director and chief executive officer here? Ashish Kumar Chauhan. It was incorporated in 1992 and the headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, according to World Federation of Exchanges, NSE India was named as the third largest exchange in the world in the terms of equity segment by the number of trades in 2022. All right, NSE was your third. So the correct option here becomes option 2. Next, which asset management company recently launched India's first passive short duration index fund? It was your Edelweiss Asset Management. They have launched India's first passive short duration index fund. Next, name the bank that raised 99 crore rupees from the Life Insurance Corporation of India through the issuance of second tranche of the Basel III compliant bonds on January 24. It was your SBM Bank of India. Correct option, option 4th. All right, and here remember, the SBM has raised the entire corpus from LIC, that is the largest financial institute organization in India. That's all for the day, friends. Those were your important current affairs for banking awareness. I hope you have understood the assignment. All you have to do now is like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views on the video that we make. Do you like the content? If you are getting any information and you think yes, this is a valuable information that has been provided to us, and definitely it can give an impact in our exams during government job exams. So friends, if you think the session was great, all you have to do is these two things: like and comment, and this will motivate me to make better content for you in the long run. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.